In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve, observe, and it says, Kitov Eitz L'Maichel, that the tree of knowledge is good for food, V'tabahu le'einayim, and it's lustful, and it's desirable for the eyes. And they see the fruit, and then eventually they eat from the tree of knowledge, even though they were told not to eat from the tree of knowledge, they eat from the tree of knowledge. This is called the Chet Eitz Hadas, the sin of the eating of the tree of knowledge. And this had cosmic events, and still has events, still has an effect on us today. There are two ways how we can look at things. The way we look at it through the prism of the Chet Eitz Hadas, the way we look at it through the prism of post-Eden, after we were ejected from the Garden of Eden, is that we look at things and we see them, kisavu le'einayim, it's desirable for our eyes, and kitov l'maichel, we see that it has benefit. We look at things and we observe them, and we right away bring in our subjective into the reality of what we're seeing, and we think, how can we possess that thing? You see something beautiful. Anything you see beautiful, it can be a person, an object, you see that beautiful thing, and right away the ego, which is connected to the post-Garden of Eden reality, the ego looks at it and says, okay, I love this beautiful thing, it looks very beautiful, how could I get it? How could I possess it? And that's the negativity of visual. Our eyes are always open, and when we're awake, and our eyes are open and we're seeing. And the question is, how do we see things? Do we see things for themselves, for the thing in itself? We just observe the thing, and let's say it's a very beautiful thing. Do we look at it just for itself? Or do we have an urge and a desire to own it? And that's the difference between something that's positive and versus something that's negative. Negative seeing is the moment what we're seeing is transformed from an objective reality to that's just very beautiful to how could I possess it, which that can be terrible, and that could be a clip, and that can be something that's very negative. You see something beautiful, appreciate the beauty for its own. And then the question is, could I own it, and how do I own it? Then you're starting to enter into the world of the subjective, and that's exactly what the Chet Eitz Hadas was about. That was exactly of the sin from eating from the tree of knowledge. They wanted to internalize it. They wanted to own it. They wanted to possess it. The possession element of it is the negativity. The observation itself is the positivity. We go through life, and when our eyes are open, we see things. There are different visuals that we see. Some have a positive effect on us, and some things have a negative effect on us. The reason why these imagery have a negative effect, besides the fact that they could be negative imagery, is of violence or other type of negative imagery that you can imagine is negative, that can have an effect on our psyche, on the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, because it enters into our subconscious in a very subliminal level. It seeps deeply into our subconscious, then we react, and we have these thoughts and these feelings and these reactions based on these visuals that we experience. That's one type of negative visuals that we experience in life. The other type of negative visuals that we experience in life are visuals that essentially on their own are actually not negative. They just are. They're just a visual, just a thing in itself. The negativity is our projection, our narrative that's projected upon that object or upon that person. How could I own that person? How could I own that car? How do I receive that thing? How do I possess that thing? That's when the pure visual on its own becomes negative. The Hasidic teachers teach us that the power of the Chanukkah candles, of the menorah, of the flames of the menorah, is the power of these candles is able to heal all our negative vision. Because when we look at the candles, we look at the flames of the menorah, we say, Ela l'roisem bilvad. We don't have any permission to use them. They have no value to us in terms of what they do for us. It's not that we use them to light up the room. It's not that we use them for cover of Shabbos or Yom Tov, for the honor of Shabbos, or for pleasure, or for joy, or for peace. Ela l'roisem bilvad. The purpose of lighting the menorah, candles of the menorah, is to just observe them, to look at something without actually trying to own it, just to observe them. And the Hasidic masters tell us that this actually creates a healing for our negative visual. Throughout the year, all the visuals that we see, the power of the menorah, the power of these lights is to cleanse our vision, to transform a vision from negative vision to positive vision, from unholy to holy, to a way to look at things without the need of owning them and possessing them, but to just look at them on their own. So when you light and you kindle the menorah tonight, whether this is the second night or any other night, this can be done in any night. Gently push over a chair closer to the menorah and tune in your gaze into the flames. Just look at the flames and allow the reflection of the light to imprint your entire visual, to fill your entire visual. Your eyes are open, you're looking at the candles, at the flame. Let it fill your entire visual. Let the holy flames of the menorah travel inward, as it were, into your deeper subconscious, to your deeper psyche, cleansing yourself, purifying yourself with the heat and the brilliance of these lights, cleansing yourself of all negative vision. And now the healing lights of the menorah to penetrate into every corner of your consciousness, clearing away all negativity, all negative imagery, and not only negative, even imagery that you've seen and have a desire to own and possess. It's good to eat. I love it. It's pleasurable to the eyes, and how could I get it? Let the menorah lights, let the flames of the candles cleanse your vision to create positive imagery and allow you to see the beauty of Hashem's creation, for that's what it is, without a need to urge, without an urge to own, to possess, to take hold, just to observe, just to see. As you feel the heat and the brilliance of the candles, the flame entering into your eyes, entering into your psyche, cleansing you, this purifying fires. You feel that your eyes can see a little bit more clearer now. It's more real, more open, more transparent, and more holy.